we are back for day 3 of the turbo install. Not sure how much I'm gonna get done today. Still missing a few more parts that I think will start they'll show up tomorrow. But I think the main goal today is going to be to get the oil feed stuff knocked out, and then I'm also start running the oil drain, and then I may actually start on the clutch controller as well, which is this device that comes with the kit to increase clutch, to be able to manipulate increase clutch pressure, just due to the fact that the transmission tuning for these cars is not unlocked yet. So that is the way that you kind of get around that and not have to worry about having a bunch of flared shifts and whatnot, like you see with some of the other turbo E-rays out there running around. But nonetheless, just talk a little bit about the cars. The 24 E-ray, of course. Bought it, probably had this car like 4 or 5 months now. Really already put like 5,000 miles on it. I've been driving the hell out of it. I was lucky enough to order this myself from a dealer in OKC. Got it spec'd out exactly how I want it. Just a 1LZ with the exposed carbon package. So you got the exposed carbon on the side skirts, and then on the front splitter. Pretty awesome car. Got a couple questions about my green car here. It's another car that I built. It's a 2,000 horsepower Coyote. Runs on a Harley Dominator. So yeah, hence this is why I'm fairly familiar with turbo systems and whatnot. Designed a lot of this car myself. A couple of cool things. Even got paddle shifters on an old little Mustang. That's for my trans braking 2-step. But yeah, definitely had my hands on quite a few turbos, quite a few turbo kits. So hence making this E-Ray build going as smooth as it has been going. But yeah, I think that's enough talking to start off the video. Like I said, gonna start on the oil feed. Once I get the oil feed done, I'll hop and start on the drain, and then like I said, I think I'm gonna look to get that clutch controller installed today as well. Well, I started on the drain first. So I'm assembling the 180 fitting that comes with the kit. It will go on the oil cap for the engine. And as you can see, the fitting on the oil cap, and I'm starting to route the line down to where over the transmission. But yeah, there's the fitting for the oil cap, and that all tightened up. And now I'm gonna make the next connection for the T to T it to both of the turbos for the drains. All right, so I got the oil cap drain fitting installed, and also made the line from here to here. So next, what I'll do is, once I get the fittings for the scavenge pump, which should be coming in over the next couple of days, then I'll run the lines from here down to each inlet on the scavenge pumps and get that knocked out. So next thing I'm gonna work on is the water pump installation that I just had in my hand. Where did the water pump go? Excuse my mess. Garage is junky. Damn, where did the... Well, I'm going to stop the video, find a water pump, and then start installing that. So that is going to be the next part. All right, gotta pop this driver's side fender off. Just a bunch of 7mm bolts and a couple push tabs, nothing too crazy. Comes right out. I want to say there's like 1 or 2 on the bottom side skirt that I have to get as well. right, now the fender line is out. You can just see those two holes at the bottom there, and then there's one at the top. Pretty much just slides in there. To get it out easy, you want to pop this wiring harness down, a couple 10mm bolts, and then the fan and the shroud just comes out. Here's what the fan looks like. This is pretty much a fan to help cool the engine. So what we'll have to do before we put the water pump on is put the heat exchanger in between the two. So that's going to require trimming it out just to make sure you get the maximum amount of airflow. At least that's what I want. So I'm going to trim it out pretty good. Just take an isolating tool and trim out the inside. It fits in there pretty close to perfect. I'd imagine it could be perfect or more perfect or less depending on the welder, but yeah, just trim it out best you can and get it fitted in there. All right, that wasn't too bad. Trimmed it out. Now it will look like another intercooler sitting in the face of the grill. Didn't come out too bad. It's a really tight fit. I could probably trim it out more to get more, but well, a slightly better fitment on it, but didn't come out bad. I used a little isolating tool, trimmed it out, got the whole face opened up. So I'm gonna get this installed and keep on rolling. All right, and we got the heat exchanger in. Now the heat exchanger is knocked out. Next up on the list is oil feed. So got to install a T on the oil pressure sensor. So first thing to do is take the splash shield off so you can get to the oil pressure sensor. All right, now that that cover is off, you can see the underside of the trans. Also the engine as well. So here is the sensor where we're gonna T for the oil pressure. I'm gonna pop that off and put the T in and run the feed line from here to the turbos. And then, where is it at? So I think this, oh no, here it is. Here's the transmission plug that we're going to tie into the clutch controller. Clutch pressure controller. We're going to tie into that plug there. So we're going to pop the harness off and runs from there. Right there, and then we should be able to bring it down right here to do what we need to do to it. So I'm gonna get started on both of those, the feed and the CPC. All right, so just wanted to show you guys, this is the T assembly for the oil pressure sensor to feed oil to the turbos. This end will screw in, of course, to the sensor port, factory sensor screw in on top, and then it's feed out oil to the turbos. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how that looks. I'm about to get this installed. All right, and that's how it looks with the T. I got the T, the 4N fitting, providing the oil pressure. It's aiming straight up. Now I'm gonna run the line from here to the turbos. All right, got the oil feed installed. Feed line runs up above the transmission. And then runs to here. I zip tie it off there and then there. It goes down. Goes down and then to here and there. So now that that's all done. So next I had to install the cold side pipes. Gonna throw the blow-off valves on there and get them on the car and connect to the turbos. Fairly straightforward process here. Always remember, make sure you install your O-rings. Easiest way to get them on is slip them in from the top. You can pretty much just slide them right on the coupler. All right, and we got the charge pipes installed along with the blow-off valves. As I stated, intercooler is gonna fit right there. And not too bad putting those in. You definitely want to install this clamp fully first, and then this first clamp, you can have the clamp over the coupler as you slip it down, and then you'll be able to easily slide it up. And then you just angle it like how I did, so you can get a wrench in there. I mean a ratchet in there, a swivel or a ratchet wrench, and then you can tighten that first one down. But definitely install this one fully first, and then lastly install that one, at least from my perspective. I don't know, honestly, I haven't really been looking too much at the instructions for the kit, but that's how I'm installing it for mine. But yeah, and the ECU just got back from HP Tuners, so I'm gonna get that opened up and get that installed. AC, like I said, ECU came in. Yeah, so that's pretty much it there. I did start draining my oil, getting that done so I can do an oil change on it. Got the heat exchanger stuff done, and as you can see, like I said, got the reservoir. So this is where the reservoir mounts. Kind of pretty cool spot. Pretty easy to get that mounted up, not too bad at least. There's a bolt in like right there, you kind of see it right at my finger. There's a bolt there, there's a factory mounting point. You can mount one hole there, and then there's another factory hole, uses an E13 bolt. So I use that bolt to not only mount the reservoir, but also mount the CPC. And as you've seen before, I got that all started to be routed. So this one of these ports here will be a drain. So you can see I got that going there. Wait, where is it at? Oh, wait, can you see it? Right there, boom. Right there. This line right here. It also has a valve, so if I ever needed to drain it, just close it, open it. I got it zip tied off to this metal bracket here. And then the second line will go to the inlet of the pump, and then the outlet of the pump goes into the reservoir. And then next it'll be from reservoir to intercooler, and then from intercooler back to that line up there. It's a fairly straight process, forward process with that. This is where I mounted the intercooler pump. I think, like I said, he includes a bracket, but this is just kind of where I decided to mount it. Nothing wrong with anything that Alex has in the instructions, but I'm gonna be installing these for people, so I just kind of been thinking out the box, just making sure that, you know, everything, at least from my perspective, is as you know, it's easy and as tight as can be. So yeah, But yeah, that's pretty much what I came up with, using the factory, all factory bolt holes. One, two, and there's a third one right there. And it's secured pretty good. Heat exchanger, it's in pretty good. Yeah. So only things left is to run, as I said, this to the accelerator pedal. I'll finish off the CPC stuff. Once my intercooler gets here, then I'll run those lines and finish that up. Yeah, man, it's just, this install is pretty much winding down. I'll have everything to finish up the oil drains tomorrow. What else? Oil change, mount the intercooler when it comes. Yeah, really not much left. Like I said, this spot you have to take of course this hole wasn't here before I used a 5-inch hole saw, and it came out pretty clean. Really nice little spot for it. Won't take up any trunk space, which I actually thought it did mount somewhere in the trunk, but no, it actually mounts right there. So pretty cool spot. So this is, I will say, you know, this is the part of the install where, you know, your technical knowledge and, you know, what you experience and all that kind of stuff is going to kind of carry you through. Everything else is pretty straightforward. The day of installing all of these little small things definitely is a little bit more tedious. You know, assembling PTFE lines, you know, a little bit of wiring with the CPC. You know, all of this stuff is, I'm not gonna lie, this is a tight fit. It looks like it just kind of fell into place, but this stuff was a very tight fit. Very tight fit. You know, it's a lot of stuff we're trying to add and make sure it's good on the car. So yeah, it's just a tight fit. So just keep that in mind. Got a lot of people asking about, that's how it looks inside. A lot of people, you know, asking about the easiness of the install with everything. It is pretty easy, but like I stated in the, you know, start of the video, I definitely have a lot of experience doing this stuff. So this is pretty easy job for me. Just make sure if you do decide to tackle this, you know, that you're, you know, prepared for everything. But yeah. Oh, another thing. So I'm probably gonna ask, hey, where does this blow off valve tie into? So this line will go up to here, this line, and actually tee into the catch can. This is a spot where the catch can gets vacuumed. So which is what you need for the blow off valve. So this will tee here. So yeah. Hopefully we'll get all of that stuff wrapped up tomorrow. And then kind of go from there. I went ahead and threw the strut tire on, start kind of putting stuff back together, because it's, once again, it's install process is winding down. It is winding down. Not a whole lot left on everything. Get those fittings to, like I said, to wrap up the drain and intercooler, and yeah, we'll be rock and rolling here soon. I expect first startup to be next week, so stay tuned.